today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New York Giants.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
The quarterback sacked. A loss of 13
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. So they wind up throwing it against your advice, but the result's still a 4th down.
Well, it did turn out to be a safe throw. And you know how sometimes coaches talk about using short passing game as a run? Essentially, that's what they did there. Now they can kick it away.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
A quick throw caught by Kupp out wide. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
First down.
Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Dante Pettis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3-and-out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3-and-out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3-and-out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3-and-out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3-and-out. I went 3-and-out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle. Going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A nice little nifty play for them there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now Jones on first down. And this is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
To 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes your Colossus get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Jones now on 3rd down. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game. And he's got a 1st down.
Giants.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that would be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Jones pass.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Facing this big 1st half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. Flush to his right. It's caught. Shepard. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
By number 34. Quincy Williams on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
That's complete right around the 8. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and it's now 14-0.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
Ball carrier.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he'll get this underneath to Bell. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
The 37-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On the carry.
Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 28-yard line.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
2nd and 9 now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick.
Intercepted by the Giants. They'll take over first.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now the 2nd down throw on target, and he'll be out right at the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jones. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a
23 yards on the play.
First down, Giants.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That's caught by Hollister. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 4th down, Jones. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here in the turnover on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw complete to Herndon. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to, we'll step aside. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 20-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Lambeau is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Jaguars 3.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
The kickoff for Jacksonville.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Throwing, Jones. Short pass to the tight end, Hollister. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The ball carried by number
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 37.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Now Jones, off play action. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants.
To Sterling Shepard.
Sterling Shepard. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion, Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Dustin Hopkins on for the extra.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And it's 21-3. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll go again with Bell. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
52's the mark, 52.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
1st and 10 at the
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a first down carry by Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 8. They'll look to throw. A screen to Bell. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
2-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Down and sacked.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars get a score closer. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and it makes the score 21-10. The touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin with Michel on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Jones now on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Yeah, they're going to try to eat some clock with Michel. Yeah, this will get them all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 47 yards on the ground. Big run here in the fourth as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it third and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
An 18-yard attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14.
Jaguars 10.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Illegal touching, offense.
Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A first down screen pass, good for 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throw's going to be incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
The open man is Chark. It's complete.
DJ Chark.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bell. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Laviska Chenault, the intended target, but it'll be second and goal.
Leads to
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this will be recovered by the Giants, and that ought to just about do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Loss of 3 yards. Brings up 4th down.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Jones looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know, this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Giants, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.